Alright, you guys, so the supplies you're going to need are a stretchy string, beads of your choice, some threading needles for the beads, and also a pair of scissors. What I did here is I basically just measured out the string as long as I wanted it to be. Basically, I wrapped it around my waist because you can use this as waist beads as well. But if you want to measure on a ruler, you just double the actual length of the ruler. If it's 12 inches, you make it 24 inches and so forth. So basically, I just measured it to fit my waist, so that way it will be big enough for whatever purpose I needed it for. Then you're just going to basically cut the string from the roll, and you're going to just place it to the side until you're ready to thread your string through the needle. And the purpose of the needle is so that it will fit through the beads, because the holes on the beads are super duper small, like really, really small. And I took the actual cut part from this packaging to use for to hold the beads. And what you're gonna want to do is lay out the beads kind of in order so you can know exactly where or in what order you want them to go on a string. But remember to just to be creative and do what you want and do what you feel, because these are gonna be your beads. So I got some more containers for the beads, and I'm just going to empty them out inside of the actual containers so that I can keep a hold of them. But be careful because they do fly everywhere. So I'm just going to string all of these into these little containers. And most of them, I really didn't know how to disconnect them. So I just had to try and cut them at the end and pull them off. Because mind you, I've never done this with beads before, like ever. So I was kind of struggling a little bit. But yeah. So pretty though. So after you do that, you go into the next step, and you're gonna thread your needle. Actually, first you're gonna tie a double knot at the end of the string so that when you put the beads on, they won't come off. So you're gonna see me tie a double knot. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I tried to make it so you can see. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your actual needle, and the top part right there, you probably can't see it, is where you're going to thread the actual elastic string through. You're going to thread it like you thread a regular needle. Only difference is you're not going to tie a knot onto the needle because you want to be able to remove it. This is just so you can slip the beads onto it. So you're just going to kind of bend it over, like so you have two little pieces so that the bead can go onto the actual string. So I'm going to demonstrate it with this one small bead. As you can see how small the hole is. And you're just going to pull it onto it. And that's it at the bottom. So you're just going to continue this process with any pattern or any like just any pattern of beads you want to, any type of way you want them to look, because it is yours. The theme of mine was kind of like bohemian, like brown gold colors, I guess. And there's multiple ways you can wear this, which I will show at the end of the video. So yeah, you just basically have fun with it, and I'm just gonna be showing you guys my little process. I'm not gonna show you the whole process because it was kind of long. It took so long, it felt like, to do this, but yeah, it was an enjoyable experience, I will say that. So some of the beads are going to be kind of hard to get onto the needle. As you can see, I was struggling with the clear ones because the hole on it was a little bit smaller and you're trying to pull it over those two strings. Just take your time because you don't want to actually pop the string, because if you pop the string then you have to start over, or your thing will just be shorter. So right there you can see some of the process that I have. And this right here, I'm showing you how to remove the bead. You just, if you put a bead on that you don't want, you pull it off, take the string out the needle, and then pull the bead off and just rethread the needle and continue with the actual beads that you want to go next. It's really that simple. It's not hard to, get that removed. So I'm just showing you the process now. And for some process, like some parts, you can actually thread more than one bead, because doing bead one by one takes so much longer. So I just started doing 3, 4, 5 at a time. It's a little bit harder, but these beads go everywhere. Oh my god. But yeah, it goes a little bit faster. Just go slowly when pulling it onto the thread. And right here I'm showing you how I can do like 5 or 6 at a time. But these gold ones right here, the hole was a little bit bigger. And another thing I would say, when you get the string, just make sure that the actual thickness of the string is not way bigger than the actual hole of the beads, because if it is, it will not fit up there at all. Like, it really won't. Like, you don't want a really thick string and a bead with a really small hole. It's not gonna work out for you. So right here is the middle of my actual band, and I just decided to, switch it up a little bit, add some different patterns. I decided to just add 3 of those beads in the middle and start working the pattern backwards from the way that I did it in the beginning. So instead of having the clear beads go first, I would have the gold and like blackish beads go first, and so forth. So you, like I said, you can switch it up. You can not follow a pattern if you want to. You can if you want to. Like, it's completely up to you, which is why I love it. But as you can see, these beads still fly everywhere. Be careful not to lose any, because these beads are not cheap. And this is the finished product right here. All you're gonna do is tie a knot at the end of this one, at the end that you just finished beading on. Sorry, I was trying to explain it, but it came out sounding really stupid. So just make sure you pull on it really, really tightly so that you know that it won't come undone. Because the last thing you want is your work to come undone. And then you're going to try to tie both of the ends together. This may take a little time, but you can get it. So once I tied the ends together, this is the finished product. Like, it's so pretty and just sparkly. Like, it just stands out so much, and it's just so freaking pretty. As you can see right here, I tied it together. I tried to weave the end strings back into the beads, which is possible, but mine was too thick. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and love you guys.
I take care of you. Even if you got a man now, 'cause I've been fucking fans now. Still I take care of you. Even if you got a man now, I would have to understand now. 'Cause I ain't been there. Oh, but you know I still got you. I ain't been there. I had to do what I had to do. But you know I still ain't been there. Sorry. Still I take care of you. Even if you got a man now, I'd be forced to understand now.